Judging others. Story 1. Try to see yourself. Once Japanese master said to his disciples, when you look at your companions, try to see yourself. One of disciple questioned, but master, isn't that an awful selfish attitude? If we see ourselves in everyone, we will always be just concerned about ourselves and we will never be able to see good in others. Master replied, if only we did always see good in others. Master continued, truth is when we look at other, we are only looking for defects. We always try to discover their wicked side. Just because we want to feel good for ourselves. We want them to be worse than us. We never forgive because we do believe that we would have been forgiven. We hurt others with harsh words when all we are doing is hiding ourselves. That's why whenever you judge someone, be aware that you are the one who is on trial. Story 2. Feast for robe. Once there was a Zen master who used to go door to door for alms. He always dressed in rags with an empty bowl in his hands. One day he went to the door of a rich man. Rich man, seeing his ragged clothes, returned him with empty bowl. Next day same master came back to rich man house, but this time he was wearing a formal robe. This time rich man invited him inside and served him scrumptious meal. Master removed his robe and folded it. He placed it in front of the feast served by rich man and got up. Rich man was confused to see this and questioned, "What are you doing?" Master replied, "This meal is for the robe, not for me." And left. Moral: never judge someone by his looks. Holy man advice. Once people of a village came to know about a wise holy man who used to live in a small house on mountain top which was very difficult to reach to. Thinking of difficulty to reach there, no one from village ever tried to visit him. One day, a man from village decided to take the long journey and meet that holy man. After quiet struggle and difficulty, he at last arrived at the top of mountain. There he saw a small house. He was tried from the journey, but anyhow reached at the door of that house. He knocked on the door. After a while he saw an old man coming outside the house. Old man greeted him and asked him about his purpose to come. Man looked at him and said, "I would like to see your master, holy man who lives here. Would you please take me to him?" Old man smiled and led him inside house. As they were walking through house, man from village eagerly looked here and there, anticipating his encounter with wise man, but before he knew it, he was escorted back outside the house through the front door. Man was confused. Man said, "But I want to see holy man." "You already have," replied old man. Man was surprised to see that such simple-looking person was the holy man he came to meet. Man apologized for mistaking him as a servant and decided to take leave. As man was leaving, old man smiled and said, "Every time you meet someone, even if they seems to be plain and insignificant, you must see each of them as wise man. If you do this, then whatever problem you brought here today will be solved." Moral: we should not judge someone by his looks. Different perspective. Story 1. Lighted lamp. Once in a small town lived an old blind man. He was blind, yet while walking out at night he used to carry lighted lamp with him. One night, while he was out of his house, a group of young travelers saw him. After seeing him, they realized that he was blind. Travelers couldn't understand why would a blind person carry a lighted lamp and started making fun of him. One of those travelers got curious and asked, "You are blind and can't see anything, then why do you carry lighted lamp with you?" Blind man replied, "Yes, I am blind and can't see anything, still I carry a lighted lamp with me for people like you, who can see if I walk at night without lamp." One may not be able to understand that a blind man is coming and could end up pushing me. They felt ashamed for their behavior and apologized. Moral: we should not fun of others just because we don't understand them. Don't judge others. Always be polite and try to learn things from others' point of view. Story 2. Respecting differences. Once a famous philosopher was traveling. While on his way, he stayed at a village. There he heard about a boy who was very intelligent. So that philosopher went to see and talk that kid. While talking to him, he jokingly asked, "Would it be better if all the irregularities and inequalities in the world be removed?" Kid replied, "Why, if we flatten mountains, birds will have no shelter. If rivers or seas are filled up, then fish would die. If in a village head's authority is same as that given to madman, no one will understand what to do. I would say that world is vast enough to cope up with differences in the world. Then why change?" Moral: we should respect differences also, as everything has its own importance in this world.